Did I predict the future?
Are you listening?
Hey, welcome back, friends. Today we are talking about PlayStation, as the PlayStation Portable kind of blew up this week, primarily due to the team over at Insider Gaming who ran an exclusive that detailed insider information that PlayStation is working on a portable handheld called the Q Lite, not to be confused with the Q Bert, although the idea of everybody walking around with their own personal Q-Bert, PlayStation. That's an idea you might want to pursue. Now, the idea of a new PlayStation Portable is very exciting to me because I have owned every PlayStation Portable handheld that is ever released. In fact, PlayStation Portable has had such an impact on my life that I consider it the reason I'm here today. Because back in 2008, I sold my PlayStation Portable to take my now wife to prom, which, not to brag, but ultimately resulted in us getting married and now having a daughter. Turns out, the best game the PSP ever had was a little game called Life. Now, cheesiness aside, fast forward 15 years, and the idea of a portable PlayStation definitely excites me because my life has greatly changed. Now, being a dad, having the ability to game on the go or play my PlayStation games in those rare moments of quiet, like being on the toilet, would be a massive win for me. Which is probably why the Steam Deck has gained so much popularity over the past couple months. I'm on to you, all you toilet gamers. You finally got a console you can play in peace. Anyway, back to PlayStation. If PlayStation were to pursue a handheld, I genuinely would love to see them go the Steam Deck approach and allow games to run natively on the hardware and expand the PlayStation ecosystem. However, according to Insider Gaming, the Q Lite will be a brand new device that will be focused on remote play, and it will allow players to stream games from their PlayStation 5 to their Q Lite devices. The Q Lite will require a constant internet connection, along with having a rumored 8-inch LCD screen, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, along with the ability to stream up to 1080p and 60 frames per second. Oh, Sony. At the end of the day, I can't be frustrated because this is like the most Sony thing I've ever heard. The Q Lite being a remote stream idea, I gotta level with you, that is a bad direction for this product. Because immediately, no matter what the cost of the Q Lite is, Q Lite owners will have to buy a $500 PlayStation 5 just to be able to use it. That's like the Steam Deck being like, yeah, buy our gaming handheld for $500, but you're still gonna need a gaming PC to use it. Like Sony, how do you not see that that is such a dated strategy? And it's 90% of the reason your new VR headset is struggling to launch. In case you missed it, recently reports came out that Sony's PlayStation VR 2 sales were disappointing, and I wonder why. Maybe it's because your VR headset's $550 and just to make it run, you gotta buy a PlayStation 5 as well, so tack on another $500, folks. And look, I know someone in the comment section is gonna be like, it's so good. I don't care how good it is. For $1,000, that VR experience might be 20% better than the Oculus Quest, who is selling their VR headsets for $350. And at this point, I've been a lifelong Sony fan, so I understand that there's no sense in being pissed off about this because Sony is gonna do what Sony is going to do at the end of the day, but I just can't believe they don't see this as bad direction. I bought the Logitech G Cloud, and look, that thing is cool and it works well enough, but even at $300, I will be the first to admit that that device is not worth it. Like, in my mind, the cheapest that I could see Sony offering this Q Lite for is $299. Plus, keep in mind, you still have to buy a PlayStation 5 to run it. So you're $800 right out of the gate, and you can't play it on a subway, you can't play it on a plane, and you can't play it out in the middle of nowhere because you have to have an internet connection. Like, at that point, if someone was like, hey, do you think I should buy this? I would say no. Just go with the Steam Deck. It's $500. And if you're willing to wait a little bit, the PlayStation games you're wanting to play will eventually be coming to Steam. Because at the end of the day, what Sony is trying to accomplish with this device isn't special. It's something that can be done with a phone, a controller, and a controller mount. I genuinely do not see how Sony looked at this concept and said, yeah, our fans are gonna love this.